كتاب الطهارة.
قال أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كتاب
Start
الطهارة.
off so translate كتاب الطهارة.
The book of purity.
Very good. Now apa tasneem, just if I asked you quickly, why did you put a dhamma on kitabu? They've got it there. You know the rules. So what is it? Why is it kitabu
مضاف
at-tahara?
ومضاف إليه.
And then together it is?
كتاب مرفوع وعلامته برفع الضمة الظاهرة.
Excellent. So you see how you understood that immediately, right? Let's go on. Bismillah. قال الله تعالى.
قال الله تعالى إن الله يحب التوابين ويحب المتطهرين.
You must say أعوذ بالله, right?
قال الله تعالى أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله يحب التوابين ويحب المتطهرين. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Translate it first. Translate the ayah first.
Allah says إن الله يحب التوابين.
Inna, we learned the word inna is certainly.
Certainly, Allah loves the pure ones, or the
Tawwabin comes from the word tawbah. Tawwabina, the ones who
make tawbah.
Hmm?
ويحب المتطهرين, and he loves those who cleanse themselves.
Those who are pure. Very good. So let's just look at this, right? And just analyze the sentence quickly, right? The word qala. Can you see, Sumayya? Qala has fatha on the qaf, it has fatha on the lam. There's no tanween there. So automatically I know that is what? Is that an ism or a fi'l? Is it a noun or a verb? Anyone?
فعل.
It's a fi'l. Because can you see it's all got fathas, right? It's not like, it doesn't have like a sukoon or a fatha, like a mix of things, right? So it's a fi'l. Now, the word after the fi'l, what do we call it, everyone?
فاعل.
Fa'il. So can you see automatically we said qala Allahu. So Allah said. So Allah is the fa'il. That's why I put a dhamma. So there's no dhamma there. Is there a dhamma there, Sumaya? Is there a dhamma there?
No.
No dhamma. But how did I know that I should put a dhamma? Because of the qala is the fi'al. Okay, so the word after it is the fa'il. Do you see that, everyone? All right. So we're not doing Arabic. This is not Arabic, but it's going to apply everywhere, right? So our focus is always tying the rules into our work. Okay, so we're starting off, mashallah, such as this name. قال الله تعالى إن الله يحب التوابين ويحب المتطهرين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, most certainly Allah loves those who make tawbah and Allah loves those who are pure. Right, carry on reading as such this name. وقال رسول الله.
وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الطهور ستر
You don't say
الإيمان.
أعوذ بالله for hadith, right? Only for Quran you say أعوذ بالله, right? Hadith, you don't have to say that.
And الطهور ستر الإيمان. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, الطهور, purity, ستر الإيمان, is half of Iman.
Very good, mashallah. Right. So we're starting off with this understanding of the ayat of the Quran and then the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam regarding purity. We see that please make sure you are taking down notes, you are translating as we're going along, you are not just listening, inshallah. Allah loves those who are pure and Allah loves those who make tawbah and Allah loves those who are pure. And so we see that there is the two types of purity of tawbah of your soul, the purity of the soul and purity of the body. And then Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam has said to us, At-tuhuru shatrul imani, purification is half of faith. Now, if I look at this word, Qala Rasulullahi, Qala is fi'alun madi, and Rasulullahi is your mudaf al-mudaf ilayh, and together it's getting a fa'il. Can you see that, everyone? That's why the Allahi is getting a kasra, because it's a mudaf ilayh. Can you see that? At-tuhuru will be a mubtada, Shatrul imani together will be mudaf mudaf ilayh. That is why it's imani. Can everybody see that? Right?
Okay.
This is important because you're going to be, now I'm helping you, but in future you are going to be reading the sabak, okay? Now let's start off. Look at the first word there. Is it at-taharata, at-taharatu, or at-taharati?
الطهارة
الطهارة.
Good, mashallah. Because you know immediately, مبتدأ مرفوع علامة لرفعه الضمة ظاهرة. Very good. In your mind, you know the rule. That's how you apply it. So you knew that that has to go there. So at-taharatu, is it here or huya? What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here. So, right? No, there's no signs and you're reading it, mashallah, right? At-taharatu.
معلمة ما الكتاب هسه
Your kitab has signs. Look at the screen. No, some of them, some has signs, some doesn't. If you notice, not all has it, right?
mine has signs.
Alhamdulillah. Here, asasul ibadati. Is it asasi or asasu?
أساس.
Asasu. Because we know we've got a mubtada, now we've got a khabar. Isn't that so, right? So, asasu al-ibadata or ibadati.
عباداتي.
How do I know that? Foundation of ibadah. See that? Of mudaf mudaf ilayh, right? So if I'm translating it, let's translate together. Let's read it together, then translate it, everyone together. At-taharatu hiya asasul ibadati. Right? Translate. Cleanliness is the foundation of worship.
Worship.
Of ibadat, meaning of all worship. Ibadat is plural, right? Remember we did muslimat. Can you remember? So at-taharatu, purification, is the foundation of all worship. You wrote that down, Sumaya? Right. About Tasneem, you wrote it down?
Okay, Abba, I just want to find out from you. So when we're writing it down, are we writing it as in like what's the breakdown in the Arabic and everything?
No,
or we write
No, you're not gonna write down the whole. That's gonna take you too long. You basically, what you're gonna do now is, this is not an Arabic class like where, you know, like the mudaf. I'm just teaching it to you so that your goal in fiqh is to be able to read the sentence and translate it for me. You cannot read it and translate it if you don't know the rule, isn't it?
Okay.
You understand? So I'm showing you how it's done, but technically I'm not going to ask you, is that mubtada, is that khabar? I'm just doing that so you get used to being able to read it. Do you understand? Okay? The analysis we're going to do in Qasasun Nabiyyin and Zaru Talibin. That's the analysis of the sentence, you know, the mubtada and all of that. But in fiqh, it's fiqh. We need to learn fiqh, isn't it? But my goal is for you to be able to read Arabic. Do you understand? So today I'm reading with you. We're doing it together. Next week, you are going to prepare the lesson for me. You're going to come to class, you're going to start reading, and then you're going to translate. Do you see that? So you're going to use your dictionary, you're going to find your words out, you're going to apply it yourself. Today we are doing it together. So we go on to the next one. فَلَا تَصِحُّ الصَّلَاةُ. Translate for me, everyone. Read first. First read. فَلَا
فلا تصح الصلاة
إِلَّا بِالطَّهَارَةِ.
إلا بالطهارة.
So the word fa, what does fa mean?
So that's
So or then or thus. لا تصح. صح يصح means to be correct. So when I'm translating now, فلا تصح الصلاة, I'm not going to translate from the verb first. I'm always going to translate from the fa'il first. Can you see that? So I'm going to say, so salah is لا تصح, salah is not correct, إلا بالطهارة, except with, everyone?
cleanliness.
Except with purity, with cleanliness. So let's read the whole sentence now. Asumaya, I can't hear you. Pasafir, I can't hear you. The whole sentence and be translating it. Bismillah. At-taharatu hiya asasul ibadati. Fala tasihhu salatu illa bi-taharati. Right? So let's translate it. Bismillah.
The cleanliness is the foundation of all worship, and salah is not. So salah is not correct except with purification.
Very good, mashallah. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مفتاح الجنة الصلاة ومفتاح الصلاة الطهور. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has said the key of Jannah. Okay, let's translate together, everyone. Miftahul Jannati, translate.
The key of Jannah is Salah.
The
And
key of Salah is
is
purity.
Salah is purity.
very good. Now let's do the analysis quickly so you know why we put what where. Miftahul Jannati. How am I breaking that down, everyone? The key
مضاف
of
مضاف
Jannah. Mudaf mudaf ilayh. Together is what, everyone?
مبتدأ مرفوع علامة للرفع الضمة الظاهرة.
Right? And then, so you've got your mubtada and as-salatu will be your?
خبر مرفوع وعلامته لرفعه الضمة الظاهرة.
And then the
And
wow will be the one we learned now. Wow will be harful atf.
حرف العطف.
And then miftahus salati will be the same now. Remember, whenever harful atf comes, how you broke the ones before it will be the same. So miftahus salati will be what? I can't hear Abba Sumaya.
مضاف مضاف إليه.
Yes, Abba Amina, mashallah. What will it be? Miftahus salati, the key of salah.
So, Abba, is it always going to be the same as before?
Yes, if it is harful atf, then it will always follow what's before it. Only if it is harful atf, right? Not all wows are harful atf, okay? You'll pick it up as it goes along. But whenever it's harful atf, then they follow the same. So what will miftahu salati be? How will you make the tarkeeb of it, the breakdown of it, Sumaya?
That will be your mubtada.
No, it will be mubtada, but first, before it's mubtada, key of salah.
Oh, G, key of salah.
So,
Do you go to
what is that in Arabic? Off. When you get the word off, what are those two concepts, the tarkeeb? What is that phrase called? Anybody can help her?
مضاف مضاف إليه.
Mudaf ilayh.
oh,
What is it?
mudaf ilayh, G.
So the key of salah, mudaf ilayh, and together it is your mubtada'un marfu'un wa alamatu lirafi, ad-dammatu dhahira. And what will at-tahuru be, everyone?
خبر
خبر
مرفوع وعلامة
مرفوع
الرفع.
علامة للرفع الضمة الظاهرة.
Excellent, mashallah. Now let's go on, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. We are now going to the definition of tahara. Now you are going to see it on the screen here.
I just want to ask you, I know it's an Arabic question, but can I just ask you? So that
Yeah.
word between them, it's kind of like resets so you bring the exact sentence. So like, for example, you would normally have your mubtada in the beginning of the sentence. Now, with that word,
It's sort of like a new sentence again.
it's a new sentence. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So in Arabic, when you see the comma or you see the waw, it's like a new sentence. But in this case, it is harful atf, means whatever came before is exactly the same as what comes after that waw. Do you understand? So because miftahu is mubtada, this miftah is also mubtada because it's ma'tuf alayh. And, right?
Okay.
Even the word o sometimes even is also ma'tuf alayh, right? Okay. Now we're going to the actual fiqh, right? I know we focused on the Arabic, but let's go to the actual fiqh now. When you look at this word, fil lugha, can you see that? Can you see on the screen there? Fil lugha, and you see fi shar'i. Can everybody see it? Fil lughati and fi shar'i.
G.
Okay. So when we look at fil lughati and fi shar'i, fil lugha means the literal meaning, the dictionary meaning, right? Everywhere from now until the time you finish your Alimiyah course, inshallah, you're always going to come across this word, the literal meaning and the Shari'i meaning. When I speak about the literal meaning, I mean, if I go to the dictionary, if I'm speaking about this concept, what does it mean, right? For example, if I say salah means prayer. Literally, it means prayer, isn't it? But in Sharia, according to our deen, what does salah mean? To call out to Allah 5 times a day with certain actions, with ruku and sujood and takbir, isn't it so? So the literal meaning is what you understand it to be, but the Shari'i meaning is how does it apply in our deen? Can you understand it? So in an exam, without a doubt, I'm going to ask you, what is the lughwi meaning? What is the literal meaning of tahara? What is the Shari'i meaning of tahara? Do you see that? I will ask you, what's is the lughawi meaning of siyam? What is the lughawi, the literal meaning of fasting? What is the shar'i meaning of fasting? Can everybody see that? Right? So here he says, الطهارة في اللغة. Let's read it all together. الطهارة في اللغة
باللغة
النظافة.
النظافة.
So at-tahara, which is purity in lugha. So when you're going to say, you're not going to translate it purity in the language. You're going to say purity literally, right? You're going to say the literal. In the literal meaning is, what's an-nadafatu?
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness. Good, mashallah. So literally when we speak about tahara, we're speaking about nadafa, cleanliness. So that can be overall cleanliness. But when we speak about it in Sharia, it's not the same. I am right now, I can be clean. But if I am clean, my body's clean, but if I got my period, am I regarded as clean in Sharia? Can you see that?
No.
So I can have dust on me from my head to toe. But according to Islam, I'm clean enough to read Salah. Do you see that? Even if I have dust everywhere, I can still read Salah because dust is not regarded as impure. Do you understand that? So there's a difference in the meaning of it, literally what we would understand it and when it comes to Sharia. So in the lughawi meaning of cleanliness is an-nadafa. And when we look at the Shari'i meaning, وَالطَّهَارَةُ فِي الشَّرْعِ, and purity according to the Sharia. Now look at this word, تَنْقَسِمُ إِلَى قِسْمَيْنِ. The word تَنْقَسِمُ means to be divided, is divided into two parts. Got it, everyone?
G.
Right. طهارة من الحدث وتسمى الطهارة الحكمية. والطهارة من النجاسة. In your book, you have وتسمى الطهارة الحكمية or وتسمى الطهارة الحكمية. What do you have there?
طهارة الحكمية.
You got a fatha in your notebook, not on the screen in your note, in your book, your textbook.
شيء aber in meiner nicht so فتحة.
Okay, so it's a fatha, right? So we're going to translate it differently, right? وتسمى الطهارة الحقيقية. Okay, so here if we're translating, and tahara according to the Sharia is divided into two parts. The first one is tahara min al-hadath, cleanliness from hadath. Hadath is impurities. We'll figure it out what it means properly just now, right? Impurity from impurities, from hadath, and it is called taharatul hukmiya. It is called the hukmi, taharatul hukmiya, cleanliness that is hukmi. I'm going to explain it now, right? وطهارة من النجاسة, and purity from النجاسة, from impurities, from najasa, from impurities. And this is called, it is called طهارة الحقيقية. So you get حكمي and حقيقية. Okay. So in Sharia, there are two types of cleanliness that we are talking about. Cleanliness from hadath and cleanliness from najasa. Hadath is the things that is a state. What is it? A state. Are you listening to me? Hadath is a state. If I have to pass gas, can you see that? Can you see that I passed gas?
No.
So when I'm walking around and I know that I've broken my wudu, you don't know it because it's in a hadath. But if I have urine on me, you can see it, you can smell it, so you know that is actually a actual impurity that's on me. You understand? So there's two different types. One is the state that you're in, and one is a actual piece of najasa that might be on you, right? So when we speak about the two types of hadath, you get the hukmiya and you get haqiqiyya. Hukmi is from hadath, from a state, and haqiqi is from a najasa, from an actual physical impurity. You understand it? Right. So we go on to explain. Amma tahara. Let's read, everyone. Amma taharatu. Remember, you cannot put a sukoon on a. There's no such thing as tahara. You've got to make fatha, dhamma, kasra. Right? There's only in very few places there's sukoon. Everywhere else it has to have a sign. Amma taharatu, as for tahara, min al hadathi, from the state of impurity. Write it down. As for tahara, from the state of impurity, a state. You know, when you are in a state of impurity, فَتَحْصُلُ, so it occurs or it is achieved بِالْوُضُوءِ, with water, أو بالغسل, or with غسل, أو بالتيمم, or with tayammum. So from the beginning, Bismillah, but Tasneem, come start with me. أما الطهارة من الحدث,
طهارة من
right?
الحدث الطهارة من الحدث, as from the tahara, as for tahara from the state of impurity, فتحصل بالوضوء أو بالغسل أو بالتيمم إذا
Just till there. I didn't do the last part. Just till there. So it is
it is
obtained,
achieved
is
with
achieved.
so it's either achieved with wudu, with ghusl, or with tayammum.
So look at this example there, Sumaya, and Abu Tasneem, and Amina, Abu Safira. Can you see that word "o"? That
Ji.
"o", see, bil wudu'i harful jar majroor. "O" is harful atf, just like that "wa" was harful atf, right? So can you see the word after it is exactly the same format as the word before? Bil wudu'i, bil ghusli, أو بالتيمم. Can you see? They're all following the same, so it's called ma'tuf. Can you see? Ma'tuf means follow exactly what the first one did. Like follow the leader, right? So if you are in a state of impurity, how do you get purity from there? You either make wudu or ghusl or tayammum. إذا تعذر استعمال الماء, let's read it. إذا تعذر استعمال الماء, when the usage of water is, when a person is unable to use water, right? Or when there is an excuse for the usage of water. Okay. The first one, we understand what is the meaning of tahara in the lugha. It means nadafa, to be clean. In sharia, what is the meaning of tahara? There are two types, which is hadath and najasa. They are known as taharatul hukmi and taharatul haqiqi. If you are in a state of hadath, how do you get pure, everyone? How do you get clean? You get clean with
wudu,
Wudu,
or
ghusl, tayammum.
tayammum, when you are unable to use water. Now let's look at tahara itself. وَأَمَّا الطَّهَارَةُ, let's read everyone. وَأَمَّا
أما
الطَّهَارَةُ مِنَ
الطهارة
النَّجَاسَةِ. Translate. And as for
and as for tahara from the state of impurity,
from impurity, فَتَحْصُلُ بِإِزَالَةِ النَّجَاسَةِ. So here we did this word تحصل. So it is obtained or it is achieved بِإِزَالَة. Izala means to remove, by the removal of the najasa, of the impurity. If you have urine or stool, or you have anything, a blood, or if you have a vomit, etc., how will you get pure from that? You have to remove it, right? So when you are speaking about a state, you don't have to remove anything because it's just a state. If you are in a state of janaba, you had relationship with your husband, how do you get pure from that? You make ghusl, isn't it? If you broke your wudu, then you make wudu. But if you have actual urine on you, or you have actual stool on you, or you have actually something, what do? فَتَحْصُلُ بِإِزَالَةِ النَّجَاسَةِ. It is achieved by the removal of the najasa بِوَسَائِلِ الطَّهَارَةِ. What is وَسَائِلِ الطَّهَارَةِ? By the means of purification. What are some means of purification that you can think of in English? How do we make ourselves clean? If I have puya, what can I use? What are some means that I can use to clean it?
You can use water.
Water, or you can use
wipe
turab,
it.
sand. You can use sand, some to cover it up or to wipe it away. You can use a stone like they used in the past, or you can use dabagh. You can use tanning. What's tanning? You know, when they take the skin and they put it out so that they can clean it up. You know, they can, it is basically tanning it in the sun, you know, so that all of the feces and that gets killed off. So those are called wasailu tahara, which are means of purification. Got it, everyone?
Ji.
So,
Afwan,
G,
Maaf, one question. So at the start where it goes wa amma, is that also, even though it's a different sentence, is that also considered harful atf for the previous one?
this is just a normal one. وَأَمَّا الطَّهَارَةُ مِنَ النَّجَاسَةِ. Although if you notice it, it is very similar to the first one on top. You'll notice it,
Ji.
right? But for you, you'll just translate it as normal for now, right? Okay. So when we saw hadath, we understood how you get clean from hadath, from a state of impurity is wudu, ghusl, or tayammum. How do you get pure from najasa? You got to remove it by one of the means of purification. And what are the means of purification? Pure water, pure sand, stone, or tanning. Right. Let's go to the next one. So today I'm reading and we're all doing it together to get used to it. From next week, everybody will have to prepare, and you don't know who I'm going to ask, and you will have to read and translate, okay? Is everybody with me? Jay. Okay. المياه التي تحصل بها الطهارة. Now the word miyah, it comes from the word ma'un. What does ma'un mean?
Water.
So al-miyahu, the types of water. Allati, we did this word allati in ismul mawsula. Alladhi, alladhani, alladhaini, alladhina, allati. What does allati mean?
Okay.
Which, right? So the waters which. Now we've done this word tahsulu. This is the third time now. See on the top, fatahsulu, fatahsulu. What does tahsulu mean?
To obtain.
Obtain, to achieve. We did it now, isn't that so? So المياه التي تحصل بها الطهارة, the waters which purification is achieved with it. We are looking at the different types of water that you can become pure with it. Everybody's with me?
Ji.
Right. تحصل الطهارة بالماء المطلق. Purification is, what's تحصل again? Achieved بالماء المطلق. With
water.
Right. Now what we're going to do is with mutlaq water. What is mutlaq water? They're explaining it to you there. Now in that sentence I said bilma'i al-mutlaqi. Can you see that I said bilma'i al-mutlaqi? Can everybody see that? Why did I say bilma'i al-mutlaqi? Because of the B. Can you see that? Harful jarri? Right. Right. The ma'i and the mutlaqi are mawsuf and sifat. They mawsuf and sifat. So they're getting, both of them are getting the same sign, and they both getting a kasra because of ba, the harful jar. But look at the next line, Sister Tasneem. Are we saying wal ma'il mutlaqi, or are we saying wal ma'ul mutlaqu? Why are you saying wal ma'ul mutlaqu?
No, it's a mubtada and there's no
Very
B
good,
before the.
Excellent. So you now know this is a new sentence. It's a mubtada. So it is mawsuf sifat mubtada marfu. Very good. Now we are defining what is ma'ul mutlaq. هو الماء الذي بقي على أوصاف خلقته ولم تخالطه نجاسة ولم يغلب عليه شيء. ماء المطلق, write it down. It is water which remained. It is water which remained على أوصاف خلقته, in its natural state. It is water which remained in its natural state. وَلَمْ تُخَالِطُهُ نَجَاسَةٌ, and no impurity has mixed with it. وَلَمْ يَغْلِبْ عَلَيْهِ شَيْءٌ, and nothing has mixed with it. No, and nothing has overpowered it, sorry. It is water which remained in its natural and no impurity has mixed with it, and nothing has overpowered it. Okay, So to understand ma'ul mutlaq, if I take oros and I put oros in a glass of water, is that water in its natural state now?
No.
No.
No. Has something overpowered it?
Yes.
G.
G. All right. If I take water and I put urine in it, is it in its natural state?
No.
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 No. So ma'ul mutlaq means when water is not changed or disturbed in any way. Got it, everyone?
Yes.
But when it comes to overpowering, does it matter like the quantity of like maybe the urine, if it's like less or more?
You're coming to that. You're coming to that, Sumaya. You're coming to that. Slowly, slowly. Let's understand this. Inshallah, it's coming, right? You'll learn about it soon. Like if it's a pond, if somebody urinates in a pool, does it affect the water? Is the water still pure? We're going to come to all of that now, right? Okay, so now we are learning ma'ul mutlaq is water that is not affected. It's in its natural state. So there's different types of ma'ul mutlaq. So when you look at the there, it says وَيَنْدَرِجُ فِي الْمَاءِ الْمُطْلَقِ, meaning and comprised or of, or it enters in ma'ul mutlaq. When we speak about ma'ul mutlaq, we're speaking about the following water. What's the first water? Everybody say with me, repeat with me. Ma'us sama'i. What's the first type of ma'ul mutlaq? What is ma'us sama'i?
Rain.
Of the
Water.
sky.
Water of the skies, which will be rainwater.
Rainwater.
So number one, write it down. Ma'ul mutlaq, and underneath it, write rainwater. Ma'ul nahri. What is ma'ul nahri?
Water of the river.
River water, right? River water. Number three, ma'ul bi'ri. Bi'r is
Well.
a well. So rainwater, river water, well water. Number four, ma'ul ayn. Now ayn doesn't mean an eye here, it means a spring. Spring water. Anybody of you have ever drank spring water?
Yes.
Subhanallah, in Venezuela, we used to go to these, on your way to Brazil in the Grand Savannah. Subhanallah, I cannot explain to you how tasty and natural. Everybody told us don't drink it. We just to say Bismillah and drink it. It used to be so I've never tasted water that tastes that. Subhanallah, so pure, when you taste water, you realize how much of chemicals in it when you drink a spring water. Subhanallah, such a difference. So what we are saying is rainwater is water that is not affected. It's ma'ul mutlaq. River water is ma'ul mutlaq. Well water, ma'ul mutlaq. Spring water, ma'ul mutlaq. Number five, ma'ul bahri. What is ma'ul bahri?
Ocean water.
Sea water, right? Ocean water. What is sea water is also regarded as ma'ul mutlaq because there's no najasa in there, right? Generally, it's not impure. We are regarding it as ma'ul mutlaq. It's in its natural condition. It's pure water, natural water. Nothing is overpowering it. Then number six, ma'un dhaba min al-thalji. Dhaba means to melt. So water that has melted from snow. Water, what's number six? Water that has melted from snow.
Snow.
And number seven, ma'un dhaba min al-baradi. Water that has melted from hail. Baradi will be hail. Got it? Hail. So there are different types of water that you can make wudu with, you can make ghusl with, you can become clean with. We call that water ma'ul mutlaq. When we are speaking of ma'ul mutlaq, there are certain conditions. It must be in its natural condition. There must be no impurity in that water, and nothing must overpower that water. What are the three conditions of ma'ul mutlaq, everyone?
It must be pure water in its natural state, no impurity mixed with it, and nothing overpowered.
Nothing must overpower it.
And remember, it must be the first one is awsaf al-khilqati, in its natural disposition. Natural, you know how it is naturally, right? It mustn't be like, for example, it went from water to juice. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Right? And always just think of the example of oros, right? It's no longer in its natural water. Now it's juice, isn't it? Okay? Right. How many types of ma'ul mutlaq are there?
7.
7.
Tell me all of them quickly in English. Bismillah.
Rain, river water, well water, spring water, sea water, water
Ocean
melted.
water, water melted from snow, water melted from hail.
Excellent, mashallah. Right. Now we are going to go to the different types of water and the ruling of water, right? So what we're going to do is now, I'm not going to, it is 8 minutes left for this class. So how you are going to prep for me this work now, so you understand it. For next week, you are going to prepare Aqsamul Miyahi wa Ahkamuha. Can you see that? This lesson, page 3, page 4, it ends at the end, it ends here before حكم الماء الذي اختلط به شيء طاهر, there, right? On page 6. So basically, 3 pages you are going to prepare the reading and the translation. Now, to assist you in doing this, you don't have to worry about mubtada and khabar and all that. Don't worry, that's in Arabic, right? What your focus is only going to be able to read and translate. Does everybody have understanding? So to help you with this, I need to use an Arabic. I need to do some time so we can learn, to use the dictionary, right? So you will know how to do it. So what we're going to do is, we are going to schedule, you're going to all tell me when you are free, give me a time. I would say maybe we could do it tomorrow at, tomorrow I'm busy. Okay, and inshallah on the group, let me know which is a good time for you people. Maybe on Friday morning for half an hour or 20 minutes, not too long. The same sabak, I'm going to teach you how to use the dictionary with the same sabak. Do you all understand? Right? It's a very, very important thing, because if you don't know how to use the dictionary, you cannot then translate and learn how to do your work. Is everybody with me? Right? So, Abu Sumaya, it's your responsibility to set up that meeting for me, the time, ask everybody. Apa Tasneem knows how to use the dictionary. Apa Amina knows how to use the dictionary. Apa Safira, I'm not sure if you know how to use it or not, but you can let us know. I know the rest of everybody has done it with me before. For Apa Sumaya, this is more for you than anyone else. So it will be your responsibility, right?
Mualima, I remember doing it last year with you, so I know how to use it.
You do know how to use it, so that means there's no
Yeah.
excuse. The work has to be done, inshallah, right? So let's look at how you are going to do it. You are going to first read it on your own. Aqsamul miyahi wa ahkamuha. You're going to ask yourself, do I know the meaning of this? What is aqsam? So first I'm going to look for the root words, qasam. Okay. What is qasam? Go to the dictionary, find it. Types of miyah, I already did in the last section, was water. Types of water and ahkam. What's ahkam? Laws. Okay. Wa ahkamuha, and its laws. Do you see that, everybody? So you are going to translate it yourself, this whole one. If there is anything you can't, you can message me at any time, and you're going to ask me, and I will answer when I have time, but you are going to make sure. So our goal is that, Apa Tasneem, when you come to class next week, Wednesday, this whole sabak is translated already before we come to class. Do you see that? Then in class, I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to say, Apa Tasneem, your turn to read. Start reading, translating, and then I'm going to help you to see, are you putting your fathas in the right place, your dhammas? Can you read the Arabic? Can you translate it? And for now, you're going to write the whole meaning out. But as you go along, you're just going to write the words that you don't know. Do you see that?
Mualima, must I use the PDF because my kitab has Arab on it already?
Whichever one I prefer, it doesn't matter, inshallah, right? Okay, so everybody's with me. You all understanding? Jay, you got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to stop there for now. The sabak, Apa Amina, please write it on the group. The fiqhul muyassar sabak, aqsamul miyahi wa ahkamuha. I know you've done this with Mulana, but I want you to I want to be able to know that every person can read it and every person can translate it and you can understand it. Okay? All right? Once we do about 5 or 6 chapters, then I will give you questions on these chapters in Arabic. I will ask you, for example, what is najasa? What is tahara? How do you understand? I'll ask it to you in English, in Arabic, so that you get used to answering it as well. Okay? For right now, for next week, your homework will be translating aqsamul miyahi wa ahkamuha, the types of water and the rulings of water. And then we are going to go through each one, learning them, understand them in English, know the ruling, and also able to read it and translate it. Got it, everyone?
See.
Yeah. Now remember, if you can't find a word in the dictionary, Appa, I'm struggling to find this word. Please tell me, how do I find it? What is the root word, etc. Got it, everyone?
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to wait for Pasumaya to ask everybody in the class what time will be good for them. I think if we do it Friday morning for 20 minutes, I am going to the studio on the Friday, so it is going to be a bit of a rush. But if we can, just to do a proper dictionary, application, or I can, if everybody else feels that they know how to use it, they don't need it, then I will just do the Pasumaya when she comes for her Quran class here to me. So whichever way you can let me know, right? Okay, barakallah fikum. I'm going to stop a little bit early because you have Sira now. You got about 3 minutes. Then you join Abba Aisha's class. Bi'iznillahi ta'ala. Jazakallah khair, everyone. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all abundantly. Please let me know if you're understanding a bit better. Is it more clearer? I'm going slowly so that you have a deeper understanding. But we've got a lot to cover. You see the kitab is 313 pages. So we have to move a bit faster, okay? Inshallah. Okay, Jazakallah khair. Let's stop there. Let's do our dua. Subhanallahi wa bihamdih. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين وآخر الدعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. Amina, don't forget to write the homework on the group, inshallah, right? Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.